whether consciously designed or not, if you can erode the congregation's confidence in the sufficiency, clarity, and the authority of the written word of Yahweh, you have effectively removed the measuring rod. And once that measuring rod, friend, is gone, anything can be placed on this new cart movement, if you will. Anything can be proclaimed in the name of Yahweh, and no one has the tools to test it. And this is precisely the dynamic that Paul warned Timothy against. When people will not tolerate sound doctrine, they do not simply just stop listening, but they multiply teachers who will accommodate their itching ears. And the supply follows the demand. And the entire ecosystem that results is one in which the word of Yahweh, rather than functioning as the authoritative standard by which teaching is to be tested, becomes a resource to be mined for just material that supports whatever the audience already wants to believe. And what is unique about our generation is not that the attack exists. It's always existed, but that it's now operating from within the church, particularly the evangelical church, often using the language of Scripture, the vocabulary of faith, if you will, and the credentials of those respected teachers within those movements to accomplish what open unbelief could never achieve from the outside. Instead, it happens gradually through a series of incremental shifts, slowly, subtly, each one small enough to seem reasonable, and each one building on the last until eventually the congregation that perhaps once stood firmly on the word of Yahweh finds itself standing on something that feels like faith, but it has no solid foundation beneath it. And this is the myth that Paul warned Timothy about. Not necessarily outright falsehood, but truth that is so diluted, so selectively presented, and so accommodated to the human preference that it can no longer bear the weight of genuine covenant life. And so in this teaching, we will examine the primary mechanisms by which biblical scriptural authority is being undermined in the modern church. And we're going to test each of them against the measuring rod of the word of Yahweh, and we're going to do our best to chart the path back to the ancient paths, back to that firm, sufficient, eternally balanced word that Yahweh has given his people as the foundation of all genuine faith and practice.